So deep within, to me. Now I'm gonna be there, you don't know what I'm feeling. More than what you made of me. I promise the voice you think you came to me. Now I gotta find
So we have one last speaker, and we're about to go through the list of demands again. Because once again, we didn't come out here just to march. We didn't come out here to scream names. We came out here to we came out here to make a difference. So we're gonna say our demands again because we want to be intentional on making sure our demands are met. We want to be intentional on making sure the youth in our community are safe. And so before let's say our demands again, can we get Ruth to come up here and speak? Please give it up for Ruth.
Hi, guys. So I was gonna come up here and speak about how we need to fund after school programs and sports clubs, but I can't talk about funding those programs when we need to fund our schools. I can't talk about funding schools when we need funding at home. So anybody that's like 25 and under at pen, okay, great. So I wrote this poem called Generational Curse, and I feel like it's something that we all go through. Everybody keeps like saying like, this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem. When the problem is not gonna stop and resolve until we fix the problem at home. It all starts at home, because even though you go to a good school, you still gotta come home to no food, home to no bed, home to no family member after they've been lost to the streets. So generational curses. My broken child, it's not your fault. Mama and daddy is torn apart. Daddy's been gone since the start. Home's been dismantling apart. You made me, sat on the sidelines, didn't even cross your mind to help raise me, but yet you said you loved me. What memories do you have of me? Because I don't remember you feeding, bathing, or even birthing me. Never had no guidance from a man. Can't say I'm shy when it comes to grown men. Never had no king holding my hand. So one night stand don't seem too bad of a plan if avoids niggas from loving me. My broken child, it's not your fault. Mama and daddy is apart. Daddy's been gone from the start. Mama trying to raise kids by herself. Home's been dismantled from the start. You raised me. No, you made me. And yeah, you raised me. But slapping me across my head, calling me names, that pain stays in my brain. You throw me to the streets and tell me to find my own way. But be the person holler, the streets don't love you. But do you love me? Or even to love yourself? To not go looking for love in other dudes? So when your daughter asks you about men, she don't look at you confused? Being present doesn't mean you was always there. When I was wiping my own tears, I give credit where it's due, but half of my fucked up mind came from you. My broken child, it's not your fault. Mommy and daddy is apart. Daddy's been gone from the start. Mama trying to raise kids with a broken heart. Home's been dismantling from the start. Now I'm grown, and I gotta face this shit alone. When I'm the one that grew up in a fucked up home, sweep it under the rug like it ain't shit. We all fighting demons with a smile on our face. My broken child, you was given this world, it's not your fault. Generational curses tearing us apart. How am I supposed to properly love when it never been taught? So that's from a kid, seeing it from, if you have a mom, a single mom, that's a single mom's perspective right there, dealing with a single mom, absent father, and then the kid growing up by themselves, you feel me? So don't feel like you have to go out there and do what your parents doing. fill the void of what your parents are not doing. Regardless if that's looking for love from your dad or trying to fill that toxic void that your mom done put into you because you are your own person. And that's what I have to learn because I don't have, my dad is not here. My mom raised 5 kids, so it's very less like close relationship that we had. So I have to learn I couldn't just take it. I just couldn't go to the streets. I couldn't find myself in the streets. Although I did other stuff that I wasn't proud to do, but you always just stir back to, right back. So if you are in that place without a mom, without a dad and stuff like that, come to me, go to your neighbor or something like that because the streets is not where it's at. It's not. It's only 2 places, there and there. Not Generation 50.
So normally I'm like,
It's replaceable.
When I do program and then somebody else comes in, it's like I'm trying to say something, I'm trying to speak. Because I'm like really anal on making sure the program runs the way the program made to run, the way we planned it, organized it. But this mother just asked to speak, and she's been supporting us throughout this whole process. She's been supporting the whole community as well. So I thought it was fair, and I thought it was our responsibility to make sure we hear her voice. So Cheryl, please.
And I didn't come up here to speak about me. My name is Sherry Landrum. My son was killed in 2004. But what I got up here for is 10 for 10. Can you guys come up here? Don't just sit down. You need to stand up for this youth. Stand up and give them a round of applause. Because when I talked to them the other day and told them the actions that they need to take, they didn't hesitate. They made it successful. They made it worth being here, and they have a voice. And I am upset because we don't have a bigger crowd than this, because we have to start listening to our youth. We're losing them by the dozen. And if we don't come out and support our youth, then where is our society going to end up? There will be no next generation. For everybody that was on this program, my heart goes out to you. I just have to applaud you guys. You did a magnificent, wonderful, tremendous job. And I just want to acknowledge you. That's why I came up here. I didn't come up here to talk about me. I didn't come up here to talk about anything else. I just want you guys to know that we recognize what you did today.
So if the camera, if it's going to, I want everybody to go on Facebook Live because once again, we're here to create change. We appreciate the applause, but you guys can support us by making sure the demands we put out here today are heard. The demands we put out here today are being worked on. The mayor was here today. He left a little earlier. We're going to talk to the mayor again because we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
It's not about him.
It's not about it. It's about the youth, and it's about creating the change to hold people accountable. But that's not true either. So at the end of the day, please, if you're here supporting us, please be quiet and support us. We appreciate you, but please step back. Please step back.
So he says, stop talking.
Once again, it's not about elected officials. It's not about there's organizations out here. A lot of times, it's not even about the activists out here. Because a lot of us have big egos, and that stays in the way of like keeping our youth safe. We'd rather argue about who has the best organization, who has the best platform, who's doing the most for the community while our kids are dying. So please step back for a second. If you're going to support us. If not, sit down. Thank you very much. And anyway, we're going to go through the list of demands again. The first demand is, we're going to switch it up. So this is the third demand, but I'm going to make it central right now. Put your ego, put your organization aside. If you mean what you mean, if you say what you say, and you mean it, if you say what you do to support us, please put your ego aside, put your organization aside, and put the youth front. Thank you. So we're gonna say the first one next.
With that being said, we call for youth meetings for people under 24 years old against the youth violence. We demand peace amongst our young gang members.
All right, I'm gonna read out number 5 because number 5 means the most to me. Command that youth programming be brought back and spaces for youth and support of after-school programs so they can engage and helping stop gangs, and also talk about mental health and what's the last one called? And also create college readiness programs.
We also demand that youth support us and not take over. Adults support us and not take over, because I mean, we have to make sure that as youth, we're out here speaking and advocating for what's going on. Martin Luther King was started leading when he was 25 years old. Malcolm X was young. The Black Panther Party was young. Fred Hampton was 21 when he died. So we got to make sure that we are representing for our community, and adults support us while the youth are leading to help out these youth that are dying.
As a youth-led organization, this is one of the most important ones to me. We got to make sure there's funding for youth-led organizations. We got to make sure youth have a say in exactly where the money is going to. If there's organizations out there that work with kids, that deal with kids, we got to make sure the youth are able to just choose which organization the money goes to, instead of like the money going to a big shell organization doesn't do anything for the community. We need youth in charge and in control of exactly where the money is going to. Thank you.
Our sixth demand is a call for more funding for athletic, academic, and art programs within our communities. We are fighting for people, or our youth, to have avenues, to have careers to head into. The reason why they're going into these other places is because school are supposed to cultivate adults as artists, as mathematicians, is failing us. And we don't have another way if you're not going to provide these programs for us to cultivate ourselves. So that is very strong sentiment for me.
Our seventh demand is to demand the inclusion of the youth and strategic planning of public safety. We need to protect the youth. We need to protect ourselves. We need to protect each other. And the young people need to be a part of that conversation just as much as anybody else.
Number 8, demand that it be made easier for community-based programs to get funding or grants from the city.
Number 9, advocate and increase economic opportunity for youth through summer jobs and entrepreneurship programs.
And the 10th demand is a progress we made on legislations to lower the voting age and strengthening gun law.
Thank you. I know we're trying to be COVID friendly and everything. We're trying to be COVID safe. So here's what we're gonna do. If you just take a step forward, we're gonna solve this issue. We have 2 more things with it's over. But I want to make sure we create this space of intimacy once again. I'm also gonna ask you to take out your phones as well and turn on your flashlights. This song right here, this is people that want to sing. We're trying to honor the people who have died in our community. Today we said so many names. We had a list of 12 names, and then before you know it, our list of names doubled. Because violence in our community, once again, is too familiar, it's too much. We can't keep letting our youth die, but when they do die, it's our responsibility to make sure that we honor them, to make sure that we remember them, to make sure that we show their families that we stand with them. I want to say thank you to Ms. Aiden Lawrence's mom for coming out. Thank you very much. We stand with you. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. I also want to say thank you to Julio Flores, who's the side director at the Boys and Girls Club at Copa. We came out today, guys, a plug right now about the transition from just being a youth to somebody in the community people can look up to. And so, thank you, Julio Flores. Thank you for coming out. Today he donated over 10 packs of water and snacks and everything. And he's been here since the beginning. So thank you, Julio. I want to say thank you to all the moms out there in the community that came out here today. We need you. You guys make this world a better place for all of us. Motherhood is the greatest thing out there. Chrissy knows this. It's the greatest gift. You guys make us who we are.
I also want to say one more thing too. As a whole team, we want to tell all y'all thank you, because we appreciate all the support. Y'all ride for us. We're gonna ride for y'all at the end of the day. We couldn't do this without you guys. Like, I don't think you guys understand. We want to help make a change in the community, and having you all come out, you're helping make the change. So give a round of applause for yourselves too.
And real quick, as a child, as a single child, and with a parent that was raising a single child, I want to give a shout out to all the mothers, all the fathers that came here. If you lost your child, if you came here due to the violence, it's for you. It's for your child. Mendez family's here. I want to, where you guys at? Thank you guys for coming. We do this for them. We're going to continue to keep fighting for the violence that's going on. We're going to make sure that we stick as one voice, us youth, the youth that are being impacted, the youth that are causing the violence, and then the families that are being impacted, and just the community. Is going to take all of us. So we have your support, and thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Autumn, for coming out. Just thank you again for all the mothers that came out that lost their child, or fathers that came and lost their child, brothers and sisters who lost their siblings, cousins, or loved ones.
Definitely. Thank you for coming out, for real. It's important, and it's a blessing for us to be able to understand this and come together and consolidate that. We want to make sure that we are remembering these names, and that's why we are walking down and marching down, keeping our fists up, because we have to remember that each one of these brothers and sisters that died will be remembered forever. Also, I want to let y'all know, in honor of what's going on, for us to be able to continue as youth, we do need support. So there's a donation box over there. There's Lauren Bracken right there with the green hoodie on. If y'all feel the need, or y'all feel it in your heart to contribute, please do, because we want to make sure that we are being able to fund and keep continuing on these projects by all means as possible, so we can be able to keep pushing and advocating change within our community. So thank you. So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start getting ready for the performances. And
before we even do that, so I hate speaking up. I hate speaking for other people. I hate introducing people, because I feel like I'm all about empowering people to speak for themselves and everything. I'm all about making sure everybody's voice is heard, because I don't necessarily need to speak for you. I want to be there pushing you forward. So can I get Chrissy to come up here, please, and say what she said?
I won't be up here long. I just want to, tomorrow we have a Safe City, Safe Space event that's going to be happening at the Allbrooks, which is right across the street from Peoria and Albrook. What's going to happen is we got snow cone machines. We're going to have games out there. It's just a safe space for young people to come, and we're just going to have some music out there. So I just wanted to say that from 11 to 3:30 tomorrow, Peoria and Albrook, in the same area where a lot of our young people have been losing their lives. So if you can come out, if you want to encourage some young people to come out, just make sure you come out to that or spread the word. Thank you. Thank you for that. What'd you say? Peoria and Albrook.
Peoria and Albrook. So real fast, I'm gonna ask the 10-15 team to step back a little. So I want to open up the space to everybody in the crowd. We said a lot of names out there. We want to close out this visual and everything. So I have this mic right here. I'm asking, when the people are singing out here, we're singing to honor the people that died in our community. Not everybody's name was said today. Not everybody's name was heard today. So the mic is right here. If there's anybody who you're here for today, if his name wasn't spoken, please come up here and say their name so we can like honor them when we sing. I'm not talking about give a whole paragraph, give a whole speech. I just want you to say their name so we can honor them through our music. So the mic's right here. Anybody want to come up and say a person's name?
Monte Davis.
Hi, y'all. My cousin Evan was killed, and he was picking up his kids from his baby mama's house. So he was shot and left in the front yard for hours before the police came. So that's why I'm out here for. His name's Evan. Statue.
Evan Statue.
Hi, glory to God. Agent Fair. Yes, ma'am.
My brother, Antoine DeHorn.
Alexis Mendez. Oh, and then I don't want to be up here too much, but I have flyers, a little background of what happened to my brother. And also, you guys can go to the change.org to send a petition. That will really help out your case. Thank you. Paul Childs.
This platform is for you, so I'm gonna hold myself. I'm gonna hold my hand out here just a little longer because we're here for you and want to make sure the people in your heart right now today are being honored.
Angelica Carey.
Mark Ballard was my friend who was murdered when I was in high school as a freshman. And he was murdered by the pigs because he was out on curfew. And when I asked my principal why he didn't get a moment of silence, I was told because we do not give moments of silence to criminals. Black power, and that is why I'm an activist and fight for Black power and for liberation for all colonized people, because of Mark Ballard.
Anybody else?
I'm 30 now, but I lost a brother, close friend of mine when I was younger. We were children. And I, have to remember that he lost his life too soon. He goes by the name Jerome Lee Blackman. He was gunned down by the police, and there's no real justice been served on that case, but that's why I'm here.
Darrell Mitchell. Let's say his name again, Darrell Mitchell!
I gotta say something for my brother. He's not my literal brother, but I grew up with this boy. I was with him from the age of 5 years old to 16, 17 years old.
just gotta say, the gang life is not for us. There's nothing there for us. It's not gonna get any better doing that shit. Byron Garcia, man, didn't even make it to 25. We gotta do better, guys.
So Darrell Mitchell was my one and only little brother. He passed away August 8th of 2019.
He was 19 years old?
Yeah, he was 19. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you guys for what y'all doing, for real. It's like really needed, especially out here. We grew up in Montbello. So I just want to say thank y'all, for real.
It wasn't gang related. He was robbed and murdered.
So I have two friends from back home in California. One of them was Lito, and he was 14 years old, lost to gang violence. And then Sancho, who was 21 years old, lost to gun violence as well. So I'm here for that.
I'm gonna hold it up for 30 more seconds. The space is for you one more time.
Shaquila Forrest was a friend of mine in 2010 who was murdered. And I just wanted to say that Shaquila and all of these names, all of these people are good people. Our people are good people. Our people are not criminals. Our people are not violent. The system is violent. The system is criminal. The system is in charge. The system is guilty. You know, and it forces us to look at ourselves and to talk about ourselves. The reason why we hate ourselves, you know, it's not the issue of self-love. Like, we're taught to hate ourselves. You know, we're dispossessed of our resources. We're dispossessed of our history. You know, and made to put the target on our own backs, you know, but we are not to blame, right? Like, this system is to blame, white power is to blame, you know, colonialism is to blame, you know, and as soon as we get together and realize that, and realize our worth, and organize, and realize the power that we have, and realize our self-worth, and step up to fight this system, and in all of its guises, you know, that's why we call out the mayor who shows up and you know, looks like he's here to you know, be with the people and to say their names. Meanwhile, you know, I don't gotta go into all the details, but we're here to fight, you know, for our dignity, knowing who we are, knowing that we're not violent, knowing that we're not criminals, knowing that we don't deserve this, nor do we deserve to think that it's our fault.
I just want to say his name one more time, Reese Grant Cobb. I grew up with him. We went to the same elementary school. He's my next door neighbor. And we did battalion together, everything. And then one day you just get the news that he's not with us anymore. And that was the first close loss that I've had, 2018. So remember his name, remember his story. Thank you.
Tyree.
You said his name quite a few times today, but Aiden DeVay Lawrence.
I'm a high school teacher. I lost a student this year. His name was Whaley Gonzalez. Shot New Year's Day, South Federal, random gun violence. His name was Whaley Gonzalez.
This is the last one. Thank you very much, everybody.
Ali Sheikh, because Black and brown lives don't matter unless if they're not American.
So now, I'm gonna say her name, Kalani Hatter. Please, everybody, play your phones, turn on your flashlight. We're gonna start the final two performances of the visual. Thank you very much. This is 10 for 10, and this is not the last time we're doing this. This is for our community. I gotta see, if you don't have a phone, I understand, but you do have a phone. I wanna see the light. I wanna see everybody's light. If you have a phone, turn it on. Next up, she also went to NCIS. I graduated from NCIS, so it's my pleasure to introduce Tink.
All right, y'all. My name is Tink. I'm gonna be performing Dancing in the Sky for one, Kalani, my friend, my Juicy. And also my brother, he died in 2018. His name was Monte Davis. And he was Tell me what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? While your feet I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you're around. So tell me what been like. Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived. Thank you.
I'm gonna push a little bit more for our last performer. I ask you guys to even bring in a little more closer if you can, if you feel comfortable. Raquel. And that she's doing this, just be mindful of the fact she's grieving for her friend. As she's doing this, be mindful that she's singing this song because her friend got killed this last week. This is personal right here. Everything we do is personal because it affects us as a team. So please, don't get separate, y'all. Thank you, everybody.
Don't leave me in all this pain. Don't leave me out in the rain. Come back and think like my yeah. Take these tears away. I need your eyes to hold me now. Nights are so unkind. Life is so cool without you here beside me. Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. I cried so many nights. Unbreak my heart. Take back that sad word goodbye. Bring back the joy of my life. Throwing me in with these tears. Come and kiss this pain away. I can't forget the day you left. Time is so unkind. And life is so cruel without you here beside me. Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. I cried so many nights. Unbreak my heart. Ooh. Don't leave me in all this pain. Don't leave me out in the rain. Bring back the nights when I held you beside me. Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt that you caused when you walked out the door. Knocked down in my life. I cried these tears. I cried so many, many nights. Unbreak my heart. Unbreak my heart. Oh, baby, come back and say that you love me. Unbreak my heart, sweet darling. Without you, I just can't go on. Tell me you love me, unbreak my heart.
I think all the performers, all the speakers that performed, everybody that's okay to get up, move themselves, please join us. I hate seeing my peers cry. Keo, can you please come up here too? Raquel, can you come up here too as well? First of all, I want to say thank you to Keo. He's been at all of our events, supporting us every moment. Like, he doesn't charge us. You know, like, I'm really big on like relationships with people, and I love selfless people. So thank you, Keo, for being so selfless. But I can't even speak on behalf of the team, but I want to say thank you for everybody that came out today. Thank you for everybody that came out to support us. Thank you for everybody that stayed the whole way through. Thank you for everybody that took their phones out. Thank you for everybody that shared our page. Thank you for everybody that followed us. Thank you to everybody that came out because they believe youth voice matters. This isn't possible without you. This is what community looks like right here. So thank you. And as you go home tonight, please be safe. Look over your little ones and tell them you love them. Tell them they're beautiful. Tell them like to be confident in themselves. Real fast, another thing is the Park and Recreation people were kind enough to let us use this space. Ms. Rodriguez is probably out there in the back. She's a supervisor for the Park and Recs. So thank you. Let's make sure that like we leave this space really clean. The people in the room just out wandering around and everything, they have trash bags. Please make sure whatever trash, whatever water bottles you have, you put it in there. But that's it for me. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, community. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Either way,